but UPDF officers began to randomly beat people who were moving with Kyagulanyi.
Imagine that. What's this? Okay, we have here, whatever, Captain Dr. Ashraf Rubagangora Agaba says, my brother Drakeson Muhimbira, my pride, serving Uganda. Thank you for disciplining those NUP charlatans. They deserved more strokes than you offered them. That's what he said. And then you have here, Drakeson coming actually here, saying, delete the post if you don't mind, bro. Delete. He's begging, please, can you delete the post? Why? I mean, he's appreciating you for the job well done. Why are you asking him?
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, during his 2026 presidential campaign, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, popularly known as Bobi Wine, endured a relentless campaign of violence. He was beaten. He was tear-gassed. He was repeatedly attacked. While many of his supporters were abducted, many tortured, others killed. Actually, the commander of the Uganda Defense Forces, Museveni, who happens to be Museveni's son, bragged they had killed 22 of NUP supporters. Many of them disappeared to this point. We may never see them again. Others are languishing in prisons and torture dungeons. Those accused of carrying out these acts were protected by the Museveni criminal regime. At the time, the Uganda Police Force claimed they did not know the identities of some of these men that were involved. But now, in a stunning twist, the mask appears to be coming off. Barely 6 months after the disputed election, that was rigged, no question about that. Individuals linked to those incidents are openly boasting online. They're bragging about the violence they carried out. One name now is actually making headlines on social media, and this is Drakeson Muhimbira. We identified him that time, but police sort of ignored us. He's publicly being celebrated by the regime apologists for commanding an attack on Bobi Wine and his supporters. Yet when the assault, like I said, happened, police spokesperson Kituuma Rusoke said the police had no knowledge of who Muhimbira was. So now we all know he's actually bragging on social media. Regime apologists are giving him his flowers for the job well done. His identity is widely known. The question now is, will the Uganda Police Force finally arrest him? Or will this become yet another case where those accused of political violence remain untouchable? In some cases, they've actually received, promotions. I expect them to promote him if he's not being promoted already, or the police to engage in this PR stance of, let's arrest him to show that we did. Yet they end up releasing him in a day or just a few hours. Let's go on and show you what Bobi Wine posted about this man, and we break this down together in this commentary. Welcome to Mordecai Marissa Live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you to what Bobi Wine said. He posted about this man. I'm going to have to show you this. This is Bobi Wine posting about this man 1 hour ago. But let me first take you back to what really happened, to refresh your mind. Remember this.
What began as a peaceful day turned chaotic on Saturday evening after the NUP presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi and his campaign team clashed with security after they were denied entry into Gulu city. Kyagulanyi arrived at Gulu city at 4 o'clock from Adjumani district where he earlier campaigned, only to find all roads leading to the city center blocked.
I have gone to the office and then I'm proceeding to the rally. We have not done anything wrong. You look how many soldiers are here. But goons have attacked our rally and killed people, beaten our people. We have not done
And when security did
I mean, I don't know how many head counts here of security personnel from all security agencies. You cannot imagine. Actually, I think I need to show you this footage that is going to show you the number of people that were. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. By just a simple count, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then you have all of these. I mean, you had like over 500 of them. And then you had these weapons of war. I'm going to show you where a gentleman was pointing his gun at Bobi Wine. Let's watch here, then we'll go back to NTV story. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This was looking at Bobi Wine. He's not a terrorist. He's not an enemy of Uganda. But this is what they were doing to him. This is the goon, the thug, Drakeson Muhimbira, who was commanding. I'm going to show you where the police says, that guy, I don't know him.
But what I want the world to be watching everything that the so-called Uganda People's Defense Forces is doing, that the so-called Uganda Police Force is doing. Look at what they're doing.
You see, he's right here. If you can identify him right here, he's the same guy. He was commanding the police, the military, and everyone there.
We are going. We are going.
Oluvannyuma omu ku basirikale awuliddwa ng'afuna ebiragiro okukwata Kyagulanyi n'ekitiititi tegema gy'okutandika okuba buli abaddewo emiggo era wano n'abasirikale abamukuuma tebabatalizza.
You still see this thug? He's right here. Keep your eyes on him. He's right here. He's covering his face. Look at these people. What are they doing? You still see him, he's right here. Drakeson Muhimbira. Again here. See? He's the one giving commands there. He's the one giving orders. He's the one telling them, now you can attack. Now you can stop. Restrain yourself. Who is this man? No uniform, no nothing whatsoever. So they're even beating up Bobi Wine's bodyguards who had been given to him by the Uganda Electoral Commission. Talk about a banana republic. You see him, he's right here again.
Emmotoka ezibadde zinyoka ne Kyagulanyi zimutwaliddemu ate nga yedda mangi tebamukubye omuggo ne bamwasa omutwe.
Okay, let's go back here. You are able to see. Now let's go back to NTV how they covered this. Then I'll take you to what Bobi Wine said.
Declined to open the way. Kyagulanyi abandoned his car and decided to walk to the city center and inspect the NUP offices that were reportedly raided on Thursday morning.
Now you, the security given to me by the Electoral Commission, I'm going to move by myself. Okay? All by myself.
But two PDF officers began to randomly beat people who were moving with Kyagulanyi.
Imagine that. What's this? What goes through the mind of Museveni and Muhoozi? And I've pretty much given up on those people. But what goes on to other people who have a semblance, a scintilla of respect to what we call the rule of law? Is this what they want to see on TV?
Kyagulanyi's private bodyguards
You see, he's right here. He's the same guy right here.
and police officers who were deployed to guard him by the Electoral Commission shielded him as they endured the beatings. Some
Wow.
of them surrendered.
Tugenda.
Somehow,
Okay, is the same guy right here. You can see him. He's right here.
the soldiers
Okay, now, before we come back to that footage, allow me take you to what Bobi Wine said. His identity is now known. Okay, I think I need to do this so that you read. He says, regime operatives disguise themselves and commit heinous crimes against us, convinced that the world will simply move on and forget them. Take, for instance, this thug, Drakeson Muhimbira, a military officer. Under police and military protection, Muhimbira led the gang that savagely attacked and grievously wounded us during our presidential campaign in Gulu last year. He thought his identity would remain a mystery forever, only for one of his fellow thugs to casually blow his cover. Muhimbira is now desperately begging for the post to be deleted. Imagine. Since social media has become our public archive, let us keep these images here too. When the time is right, when the time is right, these are the criminals to be held accountable. Okay? We have here, Captain Dr. Ashraf Rubagangora Agaba says, my brother Drakeson Muhimbira, my pride, serving Uganda. Thank you for disciplining those NUP charlatans. They deserved more strokes than you offered them. That's what he said. And then you have here Drakeson coming actually here saying, delete the post if you don't mind, bro. Delete. He's begging, please, can you delete the post? Why? I mean, he's appreciating you for the job well done. Why are you asking him? Then he says, Rigamasha, they are just barking dogs. Now this guy recognizes the danger of uncovering his identity. And then he tells his friend, he's like, hey, please would you protect my identity? Delete right now. And then this man says, Regamasha, they're just barking dogs. Like he's referring to people to cow dung. Ignore those, that shit. They're just barking dogs. They won't do nothing to you. But this criminal thug knows the danger of exposing his face. And you have him right here. You have him, again, right here is the one who was commanding. Look at this woman running away from terror, from folks who are supposed to protect and preserve his rights. Her rights. That's Bobi Wine bodyguard, producer and close friend, Dan Magic. You have him here. He was colliding with Bobi Wine's bodyguard that was given to him by the Uganda Electoral Commission. Look at him. He's the one giving orders. Drakeson Muhimbira is the one giving orders to every security personnel right there. Where do you get all this power? Look at him. We were told that he had a pistol, but look at this officer. This one should tell you everything. They're looking at him and be like, we can't do nothing. How did we get to this point? Is the guy right there. He was hiding his face. He did all this hiding his face. Now here is he was in a nightclub having fun. He's right there. That's Drakeson Muhimbira, a criminal thug. Right there. He's been exposed by his friend. Well, someday the chicken will come home to roost. I can promise you that. We better work together to fix the nation. Or you wait for revenge. Now, I'm not promising you revenge. I don't believe in that concept. I believe in forgiveness, reconciliation, and moving forward. But my values are not values of other people. And when that time comes, I hope your family won't be coming out to say, hey, we are sorry. This is the time for your family to deassociate if they may not be able to do that, maybe to seek apology, to reconcile with the Ugandan people. Time is going to come. You know, when you commit all these crimes, there's a certain level of delusion that emboldens you to seek for more violence because you believe you are untouchable, you are protected by the system. When things go south, you wonder, and usually they happen at a time when you least expect. Drakeson, this is lawlessness. This is toxic. This is criminality. This is the time. You have to talk to the Ugandan people. This is the time to seek for apology. Now, I know all that sounds like Chinese to you. I'm just guessing you don't know Chinese. Neither do I. But this is the time. You can actually undo some of these things you did. You have people who are, you know, cheering up your name. Yeah, leave those guys. They're nothing. They're just barking dogs. Okay. They're just barking dogs? Okay. Now, let me take you to this guy saying, oh, we don't know that guy. No. This is Kituuma Rusoke. Actually, I think I should give you where it all began here. It's a Uganda story.
Ku lw'omukaaga lwaweki gye twakakuba emabega emikutu gyonna okusaasaanira amawulire gyabona ebifaananyi by'ab'ebyokwerinda nga bawutula abawagizi ba Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu emiggo bwe yali agenze mu kibuga Gulu okuyiga akalulu akanaamuwanguza obwa pulezidenti. Akanyolagano kano katwalira ddala akabanga ng'ab'ebyokwerinda okusinga abali mu byambalo by'amagye ga UPDF nga bawula abantu ba bulijjo emiggo nga bakirako abakuba ebyokuttale.
Look at him.
Embeera eno yawaliriza abantu abatambulira ku Kyagulanyi okumuvumbagira nga bagezaako okumuwonya emiggo gy'abasajja bano okumutuukako era bano bakubibwa bya nsusso. Olw'obungi bw'emiggo ekiseera kyatuuka nga Kyagulanyi asigaddeko abantu ba lubatu ddala mpozi n'abasirikale abamuweebwa akakiiko k'ebyokulonda okukola ku byokwerinda kwe ng'eyeesimbyewo ku bwa pulezidenti era mu mbeera eno abamu ku bo emiggo gy'abasirikale bannaabwe gy'abatwaliramu. Mu bifaananyi bino mulabikiramu omusajja ono omutangaavu mu langi wabula nga yeesibye akakookolo ku maaso nga n'engeri gye yali atambulamu n'ab'ebyokwerinda oyinza okugamba nti yali abawa ebiragiro.
That's the criminal thug, Drakeson Muhimbira.
Omusajja ono alabika ng'omuvubuka mu ndabika alagira ddala nti omulimu gwe yaliko yali agukozesa maanyi alinako n'ekiseera we kyatuukira ng'ebigenda maaso abirabira mabega w'akabangali y'ab'ebyokwerinda eyali egombye ku mabbali. Mu kavuvuŋŋano kano akaaliwo bangi babuukawo n'ebiwundu okwali n'omuyambi wa Kyagulanyi Daniel Oyerot amanyiddwa ennyo nga Dan Magic eyakubibwa ku mutwe era n'avaawo ng'atonnya musaayi.
Now that's courage. I'm telling you, that's courage. You know, he's holding his friend. He's surrounded by men who are attacking him, but he goes on to go like, "Tuero padero, tuero ngwa." That is courage.
Kati nga tannaba kusimbula kigere kugenda mu nkuŋŋaana ze olwaleero ezibadde mu ggombolola y'e Nakawa, Kyagulanyi asoose kwogera ku mbeera eno n'ategeeza nga bwe baliko we bagitutte ewasuka gavumenti ya Uganda.
Ebitongole bino gambye nti obutakkaanya n'abasirikale baffe ku routes ze baali bayina okukozesa era akamyolagano ako we mwakalabira. Mu kye twaligambye nti si bye ebintu ebyali badde ebirungi ebyokulaba. Twalabako n'abantu abamu nga bakubibwa emigo era nga tuyina okunoonyereza ebyo ebyaliwo so that tulabe kyekyagenda obubi bwe bawaliwo eyasobya abonerezebwe.
Kituuma asabye abasirikale ababa basindikiddwa okukola ebikwekweto mu bantu ba bulijjo naddala mu kiseera kino eggwanga kye lirimu eky'ebyokulonda okwewala okukozesa amaanyi agasukkiridde n'asaba ne bannabyabufuzi okukolagana obulungi n'ab'ebyokwerinda.
Gezeeko nnyo okulaba nti mugoberera n'abasirikale
binaba bibaweereddwa omukono ogw'amateeka gwa kumukwatako ng'omuntu.
If you act outside the
wabula ono awolereza kangeremereddwa wadde poliisi egamba nti erina obuvunaanyizibwa obusookerwako mu kukwasisa amateeka g'ebyokulonda, wabula ebifaananyi bino biraga nga kumpi omulimu gwonna abagukola b'amagye, ekisiga ekifaananyi nti obaolyawo obuyinza poliisi bw'erina bannamagye bwe bayingirawo babuwamba olwo ne bakola emirimu nga bwe baba balabye awatali wadde abakuba ku mukono. Kituuma ategeezezza nti mu mbeera ng'eno bingi eba birina okwetegerezebwa.
There is usually joint planning, and then secondly, sometimes also some actions of individuals. Maybe what you need to know that at times also is when you act outside your limits, you are held.
There's something I don't understand, and I'm sorry for pausing here. Do these people go back home convincing themselves that they're doing the right thing? I don't know.
Individually culpable.
Ate ku ky'omusajja ono eyabadde ayambadde ebyambalo bya bulijjo nga kyeyolekanga nti ye yabadde awa ebiragiro eri ab'ebyokwerinda, Rusoke amwegaanye bw'ategeezezza nti tamumanyi.
Nze simumanyi naye bw'eba nga mwagala kumumanya tuyina general inquiry file egenda maaso.
6 months down the road, the man was identified. He's not been arrested or charged. Zero. Because he knows that man you saw in civilian clothes has more influence and power than Moses, whatever, Kituuma Rusoke. Yep. Because these are pretty much dummies in offices. They don't do nothing. Museveni puts them for his sake. Let me have somebody that would go tour. But if he wants something done, he sends delegates people to override every rule or regulation or orders that are given by Byakagaba or Kituuma Rusoke. That's what happens in a broken system, in a failed state. People occupy this position not because they know they occupy these positions for the aura or aesthetics or proximity to power or money. Like I've told you, do you want to convince yourself that Nabanja or Jessica Alupo have any influence than Kelebaka and Wanaho? They don't even come close. Salim Saleh. If Salim Saleh summoned Nabanja or Jessica Alupo, Prime Minister and President, respectively, they would want to fly to go to this thug who lives in Gulu or Kapeka. All of those folks you saw when Museveni, the CDF, when he appointed Speaker and his deputy to become member of a political pressure group, the Pirao Ridge. They want to call it Patriotic Ridge of Uganda. There's nothing patriotic about what they do. But had the Speaker of Parliament saying, I want everyone to join PLU. I mean, in hierarchy, Muhoozi is not in position to appoint the Speaker of Parliament to be part of his criminal cabal. But because they know that in these positions, at the discretion, at the appointment of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, they're just there to be remote controlled, used like dummies or useful idiots. It is sad. And that's what we have to get rid of. Like I've already said, the defeating and getting rid of Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba will mark just the beginning of our huge, ginormous work. Because they've destroyed the country from its foundation. Defeating the Musevenism as a culture. It's going to take us quite some decades. Let me know what you think now. He's known. Will the police act? I don't think so. And this shouldn't break your heart. Well, it can break your heart, but you should be able to pick up yourself and continue moving forward. This is a liberation struggle. We are fighting evil. We are fighting lawlessness. We are fighting immorality. Reminder, we must accept the finite disappointment, but never lose the infinite hope. So these can disappoint you, but please make sure that that hope is reignited to keep going forward. That hope that is infinite. My name is Mordecai Murisa. I'll be back here soon. Stick around.